Hi, my name is Callie Adamiak, and today I'm interviewing Miss Bertulis, principal of school 2 and 3. Now that you have become principal, what exciting plans do you have?
Well, there are a lot of plans that I have, and you know what, I was hoping to come into this year like full speed ahead on all of my wonderful plans, but COVID is still here. So some of my plans are gonna take a little bit of time, but I think that's okay. One of the big plans that I have is I want us as a school community to do more outreach, reaching out with the community, reaching out to not even within our community, but maybe outside of our community to help others. I think that is one thing that, not that we've been lacking, I think we've done it in certain aspects of classrooms, but it's something as a whole that I want to teach the students here, that when we come together to help other people, it really does make us better. So that's a really big long-term goal of mine. And I want to keep bringing in little bits of fun where we can really look forward to things like our spirit days, our what are they called? The fun days?
Yeah.
I think those are great. It brings people together. It lets us have a day where we don't have to worry about our homework or taking a test, or we can just have fun.
Yes.
So I'd like to continue doing things like that. And I'm looking forward to hopefully getting like our Clash of the Classes back this year, our pep rally, some of that stuff. So, but big picture wise, I want to do more as a school in giving back to others.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Do you miss your role as vice principal? If so, why?
No. No, I'm kidding. You know what though? I have to say, I really thought about this question, like, do I miss it? Now that I'm in the role as principal, I really don't miss it very much, to be honest, because I feel like, especially last year, because Mrs. Horner was remote, I kind of took on a little bit of both roles last year. So I got to have a little bit of taste of being the principal while still being the vice principal. And I will say it's nice to kind of just focus on some other things besides discipline, athletics, a lot of those things that kind of bog you down. I can get more involved in some of the more positive aspects. Not that being the vice principal isn't, but you tend to deal with a lot more discipline. So now it's kind of nice that discipline doesn't always just come to me, so I get to interact with the students in a more positive way. So I loved being the VP, but I was ready to make the move, so I'm very happy to be in the role of principal.
Yes. And you have been at Southampton for a while now.
I have.
You had the role of a teacher and vice principal. What have you learned from these experiences to help you get ready for a job as principal?
Ooh, that's a tough one. And yes, I have been here since 2010, so this is my 11th year in Southampton. And I started as a 4th grade teacher, then moved into vice principal, and now principal. There's been a lot of experiences, but I think what it comes down to, even as I started my career as a teacher, it's how you make people feel and building that relationship with them. Nobody's perfect, including teachers, including principals, including students. So I think making sure that the people that you spend time with, like my students, my teachers, that they know that I care about them and that I'm here for them. I mean, that's really the whole point of my job. So being a teacher and a vice principal kind of led me to knowing that if you treat people with respect, most of the time you get that back. But having those positive relationships, even the students that I see now that come back to visit from college or I'll run into at Seneca, even if they were in my office for some unpleasant times, they still look at me and they're like, you know what, Mrs. Bertulis, I should have listened to you. And I'm so glad I'm seeing, like, no one is not like, ugh, Mrs. Bertulis. And I think that's because regardless of whether or not people were in trouble or there was situations that were hard, I still treated them with respect. So I think that's kind of what I've learned the most, that I think in any job, it really comes down to how you make people feel. So that is something that I want to continue to do.
And how many grades have you taught?
That's a good question. I started actually my career teaching 5th grade. I taught 5th grade for 2 years, and then I did 4th grade the rest of the time. So 5th grade and 4th grade.
What was your favorite grade to teach of those two, do you think?
4th grade. And I'll tell you why. So I thought 4th grade was the best grade to teach, and I subbed in different grades. Like I subbed all the way to 8th grade. 4th grade, they're independent, but they still love school. They love to please you. They think you're like the coolest thing ever still as a teacher. So to me, and it was before they got like too cool for school. No offense, 5th graders. But sometimes in 5th grade, you kind of hit that like I'm almost a teenager type of vibe. And in 4th grade, they're just So much fun. And I really did like the curriculum too. It was fun learning stuff in 4th grade. So that still has a special place in my heart.
What do you enjoy doing outside of school?
Outside of school, I don't know if you know this. I enjoy dancing. I know it's a shock. Yes, no, but I do. I enjoy dancing, but I will say that most of my time is taken up as a mom outside of school. So Anna is 8, she's in 2nd grade, and Abby is 4, she's in pre-K. So most of my time is just spent with my family, which I enjoy. I love a weekend with no plans. That's my favorite type of weekend. But I'm usually driving someone to Girl Scouts, or driving someone to dance, or driving someone to gymnastics and all that good stuff. But I love spending time with my family, and I love good food. Yes, I look forward to either my husband cooking a good meal or going out to a restaurant every now and then for a good meal. So,
It sounds good. What is your favorite memory from your Southampton experience?
oh my gosh, that is really hard to pick because there are so many. But when I think back of the times that stand out the most to me, it would be the times where we came together to do something as a school community. So like our pep rallies, our clash of the classes, like things where you get to see kids in a different light and you get to see teachers sometimes in a different light, are the times that mean the most to me. The 6th grade camping trip is something I love going on. Like some of my fondest memories of kids are spending time with them outside of school. So you sometimes see them in a different light outside of school. So I would say those type of things are my favorite memories from Southampton.
If you were a box of cereal, what would you be and why?
Oh my God. A box of cereal, what would I be and why? Oh, okay. I think I would be Lucky Charms because you have, and my daughters would pick out all the marshmallows and then just leave the other stuff. But I think that I would be Lucky Charms because I get my work done. I can be very serious at times. I have expectations. That's kind of like the dry, boring part of the cereal, okay? But I also know how to have fun and how to balance both, so that's where you throw in the marshmallows. So I'm a little bit of both. Hopefully it's a box with more marshmallows, but that's what I would picture myself because I feel like I can balance both, but having fun and not being so serious all the time is important, and I feel that's what Lucky Charms is all about.
I like that.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bertulis, for your time. It was very nice interviewing you. I look forward to this year.
Thank you so much. I look forward to this year too, and you were a wonderful interviewer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.